Hey guys, how's it going? Jordan Locke here. I recently picked up a SIG Sauer Tango MSR 1:8 scope for one of my newest semi-autos. And so I figured, why don't we do an unboxing and a first impressions video of this scope? Now, for those of you who don't know, SIG Sauer's Tango MSR line is probably one of the most popular line of scopes on the market right now. They are very budget friendly. They don't break the bank. You're not paying Night Force prices. You're also not getting Night Force scope quality necessarily. However, what you are getting is very good value for your money. So the top three Tango MSR scopes on the market right now are the 1:6 scope, the 1:8 scope, and the 1:10 scope. Now, admittedly, I don't have a ton of experience with scopes, but I did a lot of research online before I picked the scope up, and the general impression seems to be that the 1:8 scope is the best bang for your buck out of the top three Tango MSR scopes. The 1:6 is, I think, about $300 at this point. A lot of people love it. I wanted something with a bit more magnification. However, I decided not to go with the 1:10 because I've heard from people who have the 1:10 that the higher magnification levels, the 9 and the 10, are not very useful at all. In fact, a lot of people on the forums say that there really is no such thing as a good 1:10 scope, right? The range of magnification from 1 to 10 is just not really doable. They say if you want 10 or more, you should be going with the 2 to 10 scope, 2 to 15, 3 to 15, something of that nature. However, if you want a true 1x in your scope, people online who know a lot more than me about scopes are generally saying that the 1:8 Tango MSR is your best bang for the buck out of the top three SIG Sauer scopes, the 1:6, 1:8, and 1:10. Why? Because it has true 1x, but the 8x is also extremely useful, unlike the 1:10, where it does have true 1x. However, the 10x, and from what I'm hearing, the 9x also are not extremely useful, a ton of chromatic aberration. And essentially, if you're getting an SFP scope, a single focal plane scope, you want to either generally set it at 1x or its max range, right? So I wouldn't mind having the 1:10 scope. However, if I'm going to be using it at either 1x or max range and people are saying that the 10x is not good, then it's probably not a scope that I'm going to be comfortable using over the long run. Now, the 1:6 scope, like I mentioned before, runs about $300. The 1:8 runs about $400 to $500, and I believe the 1:10 is $600. So once again, after speaking with lots of people online, people who have a lot more experience than me with scopes, after heavily considering these options as well as some other options, I considered some Trijicon models, which are extremely highly regarded, but a bit out of my budget at this point. I briefly considered the Night Force scopes until I realized how expensive they were. I understand that they're top of the line, but I personally just don't have $2,000 to spend on a scope. So the Tango MSR line was the best bet for me as far as bang for your buck. Once again, these scopes are extremely budget friendly. They generally run between $300 to $600, and they are considered to be very, very dependable, very durable. I have not heard about any quality issues from these scopes from people who have these scopes. So I am looking forward to lots of problem-free operation. So once again, out of the 1:6 Tango MSR scope, the 1:8 and the 1:10, the consensus generally seems to be that the 1:8 is the best bang for your buck. However, when I was doing research for this particular scope, I didn't find much online in terms of information for the scope. There's a lot of information on the 1:6 scope, a lot of information on the 1:10 scope, but not a ton on the 1:8. And I found that to be very odd because people, again, are saying that this is actually the best of the three highly regarded budget Tango MSR scopes. So let's go ahead and do an unboxing of the scope, and then we'll do a first impression of the scope as well. So here is the box that it comes in. Right off the bat, it feels extremely heavy. But I'm hoping that's a good thing because that generally means that the scope is going to be durable and of acceptable quality. The first thing that I'm seeing here is the mount, which I'm sure a lot of you know, but maybe some of you don't. One of the awesome things about the SIG Sauer Tango MSR scopes is that they actually come with the mounts, right? So these mounts are generally $200 to $300 if you're buying a separate mount. So on top of the other scopes being even more expensive than the Tango MSR scopes, you also have to buy a separate mount. So they actually end up running you probably close to $1,000 for something around the same magnification range. So this was extremely, to me, it was a no-brainer. You're not getting Night Force quality necessarily, but you're getting great quality for what you're paying for the scope. All right, so the mount is extremely heavy, seems to be of pretty good quality, which is exactly what I wanted. The mount has the torque specs printed right on it. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I find that to be pretty helpful because I know a lot of people have issues with how tight their mount should be on their rail for their gun. So pretty pleased so far. Now, taking the scope out itself, the first thing that I'm noting is that this scope is actually a lot heavier than I thought it would be. It feels like it is pretty good quality. Wow, yeah, this is pretty heavy. I'm not sure if you guys can see close up, but it comes with flip-up caps for both sides. They are spring actuated, and we have the throw lever for magnification right here. So this is 1x, and wow, that is really tight. Okay, so there is a good bit of resistance when you go to try to change the magnification level on the scope, right? A lot more than I thought there would be. But I'm hearing that this does not wear down from people who actually have these Tango MSR scopes. But it feels very sturdy, and that's kind of probably one of the most important things, in my opinion, for one of these scopes, right? If it's going to be on the gun for a few years at the very least, you're going to want something that is pretty good quality. This scope has the BDC 8 reticle. I know a lot of people online are saying that they don't like the BDC reticle because it is very busy. I personally don't have an issue with how busy it is. I have used BDC reticle scopes before, and I actually like the way they look. I don't have any problem with them whatsoever. And it's illuminated also, right? So it comes with a battery. This is the battery. It also comes with the tool to mount the mount. So it comes with everything you need, which I have to say, like, I'm very pleased with. I don't have to go out and buy anything else to mount this scope on my gun. Okay guys, so overall I'm very pleased with the way the scope feels so far. This feels a lot heavier, a lot more sturdy than I was expecting it to be. I'm very happy about that, very happy about the flip-up caps that it comes with on both ends. I am happy with how sturdy the magnification throw lever feels. We have the windage and elevation knobs here, as well as illumination for the reticle. The illumination knob is once again very tight, but that's kind of what I want, right? I don't want something that's going to be too loose, so things get kind of knocked out of place. This feels perfect for me. So I am overall very pleased with this so far. Let's take this thing out and check out the magnification. Hey guys, how's it going? So this is a field test of the vision and eye box and magnification of the SIG Sauer Tango MSR 1:8 scope. So this is the scope at 1x. The bridge that we're seeing out there was probably about, I'm going to say about 500 to 600 feet away. See, a lot of people say that this reticle, the BDC-8 reticle, is extremely busy. I don't think it is. I think it's actually really useful. I think that it's not overly cluttered. I have seen reticles that are overly cluttered. This one seems to be fine for me. I know a lot of people prefer reticles that are a bit more simplistic, but this one is just fine for my purposes. So as you can see, it's extremely clear. The eye box is pretty decent. If I start moving the camera, we start getting away from it a bit. And this is to be expected from any scope that's over 1:6. Like I said, this is a 1:8. And this is actually pretty decent for a scope that has up to 8 times magnification. One of the biggest complaints about the 1:10 scope is that the eye box is extremely unforgiving and very hard to get when you're trying to acquire a target. So this 1:8, one of the things that makes it the best, according to many opinions online, of the top 3 Tango MSR scopes is the fact that it has the 8 times magnification, obviously much more than the 6 times, but the eye box is just about as forgiving as the 6x magnification, nowhere near as harsh and unforgiving as the 10x magnification. So this is with the red dot and the reticle off. We are going to turn it on and we'll see how this looks. Okay, this is 1 power, 2 power, 3 power, 4 power. You can just start seeing the red slightly. 5 power, 6 power, 7 power. See, it starts becoming a bit more apparent now at 7 power, 8 power, 9 power, 10 power, and 11 power. So, I mean, this is plenty bright for me. I know one of the few criticisms of the scope is that the red dot at max illumination is not bright enough. I think that this is just fine, certainly for my purposes. So, once again, this is 1x magnification. We are going to bring it up now. This is 2x magnification. Once again, the bridge is about 500 to 600 feet away. This is 3x magnification, still very sharp, very clear. So again, 3x magnification. This is 5x magnification, still extremely, extremely clear. You can even make out faces of people walking by. 7x magnification, pointed at the same bridge. Very minimal. You can see that the eye box is closing in, but very minimal chromatic aberration. There we go. This is 8x right here. And as you can see, at maximum magnification, there is very little chromatic aberration, very little distortion. I mean, this scope is just about as clear at 8 times magnification as it was at 1x. Sorry about that, my camera just lost focus. One sec, let's see if we can pick it back up again. There it is. So, folks, here it is. This is max magnification with the SIG Sauer Tango 1.8 scope. This is the reason why it is so highly regarded and thought of by many people as the best offering between the 1.6, 1.8, and 1.10 scope, because it has true 1x, and even up to 8x, there is very minimal distortion or chromatic aberration. So overall, I would have to say that I'm very pleased with this scope. Okay guys, thank you so much for checking out this video on the SIG Sauer 1:8 Tango MSR scope. Once again, I'm not arguing that the only options for a budget-friendly scope are SIG Sauer Tango MSR scopes. There are plenty of options out there. However, I jumped on the Tango MSR bandwagon because of the fact that people who have them seem to overall be extremely pleased with them, and you know, you really can't do much better for the amount that you're spending with these scopes. Again, this particular one costs just under $500. You can get 1 to 10 magnification for $600. I believe it is around $600, and the 1 to 6 is like $300. And these come with the mount and the tool. So So I don't really know if there's a better deal out there when it comes to quality, durable scopes for your gun. There are certainly other options, and the argument could be made that some of the other options may be a little better in certain areas than the Tango MSR scopes. But people seem to be extremely pleased with these scopes. So I am very satisfied with my purchase, and I can't wait to take this thing to the range. That's going to be a video for another time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick unboxing and first impression video of the SIG Sauer Tango MSR 1-8 scope. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this, and stay tuned because we will be taking this scope along with the gun to the range to see how it performs. So I hope you guys stick around, and I will see you soon. Thanks. Bye.